Happy Friday night, basketball sickos. Deuce and Mo with Game 3 reaction after the Wolves beat the Lakers tonight, closing on a 13-1 run. Anthony Edwards with some big plays late, and they win 116-104.
That was fun.
There's a lot of layers to this tonight because we just found out that after the game from JJ Redick that Luka apparently was puking all day and has been under the weather. So Luka definitely was not himself tonight. Ends up playing 40 minutes. We got LeBron going off in the first half, having some big-time threes, including 3 consecutive threes in the fourth quarter, and then Ant making plays. It was like a very eventful game.
It was very eventful. It was so much fun. And the first thing that I said to you at the end, besides saying, wow, that was a really fun game, was it never felt like there were so many issues for either teams. If anything, it was individuals that weren't stepping up, like Rudy Gobert having an off game, even Ant in the beginning of the game, but then got things going. LeBron James was pretty damn good throughout this one. You had the drama of Luka being sick, which we were reminded of every single second of that game.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm not trying to be mean.
We're all watching the game. Do we have to hear, that defense? Maybe it's because he's not 100% right now.
Okay,
we get it. We get
one
it.
in my one thing I have to do. My
Okay.
one thing. How you guys? How funny was it when they're like talking about him being sick? And this is early on in the game, probably in the second quarter, and he's on the bench, and they have a one shot on him, and it's just him like this, and then he looks up, and he's just like
he just woke up.
Where am I?
Yeah.
I remember doing that like when I was like maybe in junior high because I wanted to make sure everyone knew I was sick when I was sick. But either way, he was sick. Like, I'm not taking that away. It's amazing when you can power through all the different things. But you saw the moments, obviously, you not only did you hear it on the broadcast, but you saw the moments that it really was affecting him. And, when you didn't have him, it was nice to see, though, that LeBron James was just turning it on and he was feeling good early.
I do think the story of this one has to just be the massive turnover issues for the Lakers, though. They end up finishing in this game with 19 turnovers that turned into 28 points for Minnesota. The points off turnovers tonight, 28-13, a plus 15 advantage in favor of the Timberwolves tonight.
Okay, so that was the really bad thing as a team, I guess, then for the Lakers, if you really looked at it. I guess it was nice to see them with the effort all game long, because we had to question that in game one and be like, okay, are they going to keep that consistent? And so to see the consistency, even though they obviously weren't taking care of the basketball, got sloppy at times, that part of the game was still nice to see, but that really screwed with them in this close game.
This game was tied at 103?
Yeah.
With 4.5 to play. And I think the conversation is going to be about Anthony Edwards and what he did. We should definitely acknowledge that. He was awesome. We'll get on that. But I thought the adjustment that was made by Finch was critical. He took Gobert out. And I'm not one of these like anti-Gobert people. I see the value in what he does defensively. Okay. And even in some of these mismatches where people like to say, oh, he got cooked by Luka. A lot of people get cooked by Luka. Let's not pick on him. In fact, tonight, there was an isolation situation on the perimeter where Luka had Gobert one-on-one. Gobert knocked that ball away, and it turned into what, like a McDaniels and one, I believe. But what he did late in this game, Chris Finch took him out and put Naz Reid back in, and I thought that was big. Reid comes in, hits another 3 in that situation or in that sequence.
Yeah,
I thought that was big for Minnesota to go that route and just to get better spacing and better energy. And Reid had a big rebound during that stretch too. And that's just something Gobert has not been doing in this series. 6 rebounds in game 1, 6 rebounds in game 2, just 3 rebounds tonight in 25 minutes. Meanwhile, Reid has 6 in 28.
Yeah, and you talk about the spacing. I want to go there for Minnesota because how many times was it just so beautiful? Not only having the 5 out, but then everyone wasn't just standing there. You'd see Ant with the ball, surveying, trying to see what he could do, what's available. McDaniels maybe slashing through high post. Ball swings to Julius Randle. Randle makes a quick move, goes straight into the paint. You have McDaniels kind of flare back out. He gets it to McDaniels. Dante DiVincenzo with a flex cut in the dunker spot gets a shot. That was just one specific possession that I'm talking about, but it felt like those moments were happening so much more for the T-Wolves on the offensive end where everyone's getting, it's like, okay, let's just rely on Ant. Now we saw that toward the end when the Lakers started blitzing Ant and everyone would just stand there. And then Finch called a timeout and Ant's looking at everyone, you guys gotta come to me.
And that's one area, especially late game, they have to be better at. But I thought when the Lakers went that route, Ant made the right decisions before that. Like, because there were times in this game where the Lakers were putting 2 on the ball on Ant, and he was just getting off the ball, making a play, maybe getting the ball back, driving, kicking. The ball was just moving around, like you said. And I think that's the area of his game that he's handling much better. I also just don't think some of the blitzes tonight felt like blitzes, to be honest.
You just felt like it was like going through the motions?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to put 2 on the guy, like, make him think a little bit. And there were many times tonight where I felt like he saw it coming and he just got off the ball. They moved it around and then they were able to dominate the paint. The points in the paint tonight, Morgan, 56 to 26.
Oh my.
A plus 30 advantage in favor of Minnesota. So I thought they handled that stuff well tonight. Anthony Edwards, though, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. This guy, man. He had 12 points at the half, just turned it on to another level in that second half. The shot making, his ability to just drive to the basket. He got to the basket in the first half, but he was missing some great looks around the rim. He was able to get some to go. How about that dunk he had? And that was off a sequence where you just saw the effort from him and the intensity, right? Luka gets a rebound. He comes flying in to knock it away. Goes to the corner with the ball, then drives baseline with a nasty jam. Two-hand jam. It was beautiful. The second effort. Yep.
It was, I mean, an absolute beautiful jam. And then you saw other times, like you're saying, his ability to put the ball on the floor and then get by people. I think it was Finney-Smith. He got by him with an explosive first step, but then ended up losing the basketball.
Oh, my God. And he was about to throw down such a vicious dunk on that play.
Staring at him, going, just, no, you're lucky. You're lucky that ball went out of bounds. But then how about late in the game when it was him at the top, LeBron James on him, between the legs crossover, boom, first step, go down the middle of the paint. Rui Hachimura is there to help. Not good enough. Steps through, gets the layup, finishes at the basket.
A nasty sequence on LeBron.
It was.
Yeah. And he was outstanding. And when you watch Anthony Edwards, you're like, this is what you kind of we saw the flashes last year during the playoffs, and now you're just seeing even more of a well-rounded game. I just feel like his decision-making is better. And, he talked about after the game just playing with joy. You just see it out there.
I love that.
He's talking shit. He's joking around. Yeah. And then he gets on the floor and he's hitting dagger threes in your face late in the game, or he's blowing by you to get to the rim. I just love the way he plays the game. And so he was very good tonight, played like a star, but he got help tonight. And Jaden McDaniels deserves so much credit. He was awesome in game 1. Game 2, you saw him revert back to the McDaniels that we've seen throughout his career, which is in foul trouble, plays good defense, but in foul trouble,
missing shots,
maybe not aggressive. He came out tonight with a purpose. And it was, I'm going to go ahead and attack Luka here. And I'm not going to just do it by launching open threes. I'm going to put the ball on the floor and go at the rim. And he did that tonight. This guy ends up with 30 points. He was the leading scorer tonight for Minnesota. And you have to acknowledge what he's doing on the defensive end.
Yep.
And it wasn't like, he got 30 tonight because he was just hot from 3. He was 5 of 6 from 3. He made 1 3 in this game, and it was late when Anthony Edwards kicked it to him in the corner and he buried one. His work came by being aggressive, getting to the rim through contact. It didn't matter who was there. And he's obviously helped here because the Lakers don't have any real rim protection at the moment. Yeah. But his level of aggressiveness tonight was crucial for Minnesota.
He was moving without the basketball. And then, like you said, on the defensive end, just creating, disrupting, finished with 2 steals on the night. But then also, you just know what he's doing when he's out there with his arms up, hands in the passing lane, taking away people's vision, just making people think twice on that end of the floor. What?
You want some holy shit numbers, like stat of the night?
Yes.
The Lakers, 26 points in the paint.
Okay.
Jaden McDaniels tonight, 24.
Oh, okay.
24.
That's wild.
The Lakers as a team had 26 points in the paint. McDaniels with 24 on 12 of 14 in the paint.
And it's like you said, it's the extra effort that was helping along even on those plays. And the effort of even just being a willing cutter, moving without the basketball and just and
attacking closes. Why were the Lakers closing out on him so hard?
That was wild to see at times, and especially late, because it's like, he's not shooting the ball all that well. Like, sure, he can shoot the ball, but you have to understand your personnel and understand what he wants to do. And it's like all game long, he was scoring in the paint. So even for them not to make that adjustment late, I thought was interesting. I also thought because of the way that the Lakers were throwing that double, the blitz, whatever it was at Ant, it would screw with the rest of the defense, and then you would just see McDaniels just kind of eat that up and go, okay, great, I'm going to get mine in the paint.
You put two on the ball, all of a sudden guys are in rotation. You better be there. And Minnesota's got some good size, and the Lakers, they don't have a center that they trust. Again, another game where Jackson Hayes plays under 10 minutes.
Yes.
He's just not good when he's out there.
I mean, when he is out there at times, it's like, I go, why? Why is he even starting at this point? Because he's not contributing much. He's not making an impact at the rim. Maybe a play here and there, but not even consistently throughout a game. It's tough to watch for him. I think when you look at this Lakers team, it was tonight. Thank goodness LeBron James was just ready, going off, feeling good, and feeling good enough throughout the game.
Well, and I think to that point, it's like Luka, you know what he's capable of when he's right. And obviously tonight, not feeling well, puking at the half. I mean, he didn't even start the second half. Gabe Vincent started. He ends up coming in like at right around a minute into the first or the second half, replacing Vincent. But if he's puking and shit, like, he's not feeling good. End of story. Luka ends up with 17 points. He still had 8 assists, 7 rebounds. I believe he had 5 or 6 turnovers, 6 of 16 shooting, 2 of 8 from 3. My point is, since he's been with the Lakers and LeBron, it's like Luka's been able to carry the load, and it doesn't feel like there's as much pressure on LeBron to like be in attack mode all the time. I felt like Austin Reeves and LeBron were like, we have to do this tonight.
Have to.
Like, this guy is puking nonstop, maybe shitting his pants. We don't know.
We don't have.
We know he's having stomach issues right now. We have to step our game up. And LeBron, when he gets a couple to go from downtown, you just see it.
Yeah.
You know, he had that one sidestep 3 on Randle where you knew he was going to launch it, and it's like, ooh. And he had 20 points at the half. The sequence in the fourth quarter when he hit the 3 straight ones. Oh my God. The one where he pulled up in transition. No one picks up LeBron in transition. Then Ant comes out with such a soft contest. And LeBron's like, I'm knocking that down. Boom. LeBron ends up 5 of 9 from 3.
Jeez.
38 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals in this one.
Yeah, it was something else. I think what made it so much more fun to watch is that you can see it in his body language when things get going.
Yeah.
When he's really feeling good. And that was from the start. But to see it still be so strong later on in the game when they still need him. You mentioned those consecutive threes and just the way that he was carrying this team. It's great. It's what
that last 3. Oof.
It's again what kept them in this game. And I didn't have such a huge problem with how the Lakers played and all the adversity that they had. But I just think ultimately the Wolves capitalizing off of their mistakes.
Yeah, but some of the turnovers, when you go back and look at them, they're going to eat the Lakers.
You're just like, take care. It was more. Do you feel like there were more mental mistakes?
There's some mental miscues, like the one where when LeBron was rolling after I think he had hit the 3 in a row or maybe back to back or whatever, and they give him the ball in transition. He just mishandles the ball. Yeah. This is a tight game at this point. Mishandles the ball. McDaniels is there. and then takes it all the way.
In the other one, and I think Richard Jefferson actually mentioned this on the broadcast too. He's like, a missed layup in transition sometimes is just as bad as a turnover because it allows the team to just get up and go. And I think it was Rui that had this missed layup, missed bunny. LeBron had one as well. And the Wolves just did such a good job of taking that rebound and pushing and pushing. In fast-paced game, both teams, I felt like, kept up with the pace for the most part. But yeah, and that's the other thing that the Lakers should have kept doing when Conley was out there. They would attack Conley, right? They would seek him out, attack. You saw Austin Reeves do that so many times. He finished with 20 points in this one, 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. And
how many points do you have in the fourth quarter?
Oh, how many?
1.
Okay. And again, when I say they were seeking out Mike Conley, it was working. It was doing their thing, whatever. Then there was like moments Conley would just like pick up late in shot clock, know what he needed to do for his team, really have that extra effort defensively, be able to move laterally. But for the most part, look, the Wolves made their adjustments to make sure that Austin Reeves wasn't just going to get his in the fourth.
Yeah, and that adjustment is, of course, like having some like Dante DiVincenzo out there who's just everywhere.
Yes.
And this is where Minnesota's at right now. They start Conley and Gobert, and at least in this series, those guys are not going to end up being the ones who play the most minutes.
Yeah.
You're going to see more Naz Reid and DiVincenzo, which I think is the right move. I thought Dante was fantastic.
He
in
was.
this game. I'm looking at the final numbers, and he's 4-13. You're like, okay, not efficient. But you felt him out there. He was making so many plays. Like instantly, he comes right into the game, hits a 3. Then he has a great setup that creates an open 3. They miss it. Then he picks up Gabe Vincent just right up in his airspace, pressuring him near the sideline, forcing a turnover. I'm like, you've been in the game a minute, and you've done these 3 things. And it's that type of energy you see from him. He had another play where he helped on Luka on a jumper where he stripped Luka. His activity, as always, is there. And then he just has the confidence to take shots, except the one he passed up late that could have come back to bite when Ant kicked out to him with a drive and kick. And then he passed up a 3 to get it to Randle as a shot clock violation. But DiVincenzo, you look at the end of this game, he ends up with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks.
In 31 minutes. He just is such an impactful game from him off the bench. And, we always talk about guys knowing their roles or really executing whatever it is in their role. And this was one of those games for Dante DiVincenzo where he just really stepped up with what they needed from him, right? Like, of course, any type of scoring punch off the bench, you're going to love from any of your guys. And it just seemed pretty even from DiVincenzo, from Naz Reid, 10 and 11 points. You got that from your role players. And then your starters, most of your starters also just stepping up.
We didn't even talk about Julius Randle yet, and I think Randle's playing some really strong basketball right now. I think everyone who's seen Julius Randle over the years, I mean, the guy's been an all-star and all-NBA level talent, but there are moments you're just like, ugh, what are you doing out there? His focus these last couple of games, really in this series, has been pretty damn strong. Tonight, he ends up with 22 points, 6 of 13 shooting, 9 of 10 at the free throw line. He had just 2 turnovers in this game and played 41 minutes.
Great job. Just taking care of the basketball.
And another guy that looks at the Lakers' size and goes, I'm attacking that.
Well, and that's exactly where I was going to go. I thought the way that he would make a quick decision, whether it was swinging the ball, which I thought this team did a fantastic job of all night in transition or in the half court. But Julius Randle being a huge part of that, whether it was swinging the ball or making the quick decision to just pump fake, get in the paint, penetrate in the paint, and then create for others. How many assists did he finished with 4 assists as well? And so, it was just one of those games for him where I thought he was doing such a great job putting the ball on the floor, understanding what his teammates needed from him. Not his shot selection for the most part seemed, reasonable, good. Team needed it. I like the way he played tonight.
Yeah. In the last couple of games, I'm looking at this right now, 3 games in, and I think Minnesota should feel great. This one tonight was really impressive. They closed it right way. That's what great teams do, right? Tie game, under 5 to play. you close shit out at home. They go on a 13-1 run
Yeah.
and win this game.
Biggest lead of the game at the end.
Game 1, dominant. Game 2, not their night. A bad start.
Lakers came out strong.
Naz Reid in foul trouble.
Oh, yeah.
DiVincenzo in foul trouble. A desperate Lakers team. But they fought and got back in the game. And I don't know, that just told me something about them. And then they respond in this fashion tonight on a night where LeBron gets going. I know Luka wasn't 100%, but I just think I've liked their approach. You know, I think they're playing good defensively. You look at these 3 games for the Lakers, 95 points, 94 points, and 104. Minnesota's doing a hell of a job.
They are.
I don't know. I feel like I do this when we get 3 games in and the other team takes the advantage. It's a 2-1 series. You're like, I think like I'm feeling like the Clippers are going to close things out with Denver. I'm kind of feeling the same way
With the Wolves over the Lakers.
And I'm not all the way there like I am with the Clippers because of LeBron and Luka. And those guys could just win games.
They can go off. I mean, that's the thing too. When someone is as sick as Luka tonight, it's one of those storylines that like I think we always push out there, because if he did have this crazy fantastic game and they won, it's just like, oh my God, amazing. And it's okay, he still had, I mean, a whatever kind of game for Luka.
Yeah.
And they lost. It's like, oh, but they didn't have Luka at his best. You know, where I just look at this game as a whole and what the Lakers, where they did screw up ultimately, and obviously not getting that same production from Luka. That's why I can't just sit here tonight and just go, yeah.
That's fair.
I think it's going to be the Wolves.
I'm sure from JJ's perspective, it's like, well, look, Luka was sick. We had 19 turnovers. We cleaned that shit up. We win this game. Like we lost the points off turnovers battle by 15 tonight. But I think some of the weaknesses that the Lakers have, they're not changing in this series, right? Like,
sure.
Austin Reeves is still going to be picked
bigs.
on, right? They're bigs, right? They don't have any. They have them. Jackson Hayes starts, and then Alex Len played some garbage time, but they go small. Luka's challenges defensively are still going to be a thing. And then even on a night like tonight, they picked on him. And they're going to pick on him a lot in this series, but especially when it's a night where he's puking.
Yeah.
I keep saying like he's puking like we just witnessed it, but
yeah,
that's
puking
what we heard
everywhere.
after the game. Everywhere.
Shitting everywhere.
Anything else from this
No
game that
confirmation.
jumped out? Oh, I want to mention one more thing.
What?
We talked about the play with Anthony Edwards breaking LeBron off the dribble late. How about the next play when he gets back on defense with that unbelievable play on Rui where he comes over, gets his hand on the ball to force a turnover.
They had to challenge it.
They called a foul on Ant,
Yep.
instantly said review it. That was a hell of a defensive play.
All ball. He shadowed it perfectly. It was, again, his effort throughout, but his late game execution on both ends. I mean, he was feeling really good. He was shit talking with LeBron on the side. They were having a good time, close in this one. He was just feeling good. And he's a fun player to watch when he's having fun out there.
We talk about what the Lakers need to clean up. Obviously, the turnover is the biggest one. Missed free throws tonight, by the way. Sneaky thing. 13 of 20 at the line for the Lakers. Minnesota wasn't that much better. They were 15 of 21. For Minnesota, the rebounding has to be better. It ended up being tied at the end of this game.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm going with Gobert. Like, Gobert, you're a big dude. And it's not all on you, okay?
Yeah.
But there are times he gets his hand on the ball. He just can't get a rebound. You're a monster of a man.
You have one main job.
Protect the rim.
And make sure to get a body on someone and get the right angle.
Yeah.
Get the board.
McDaniels had 5. Okay. Randle, I'd like that number to be higher for him. He was at 5. Their leading rebounder tonight was Ant with 8. So
extra effort.
Austin Reeves had 7 on the other side. Luka is sick. I don't know. Hey, have we mentioned
Luka was sick tonight? Did we know that?
He was puking everywhere. He had 7 rebounds. LeBron with 10. So I think that they do need to rebound better, and then just not get in these situations where it gets stagnant. So, a lot of the time when you watch it get stagnant, you assume, oh, it's because like Ant's dribbling the hell out of the ball. No, guys, stop moving.
by the way, I do want to mention this too.
Ooh.
It's not Luka's fault that it was mentioned 100 times that he was sick.
I know.
You know what I mean? I just want to make sure everyone
we're making
understands
fun of the broadcast, not Luka.
Yeah, no, in the narrative and everything. I mean, yes, people push it out like 24/7 on social. We have to hear about it. It's like in every sentence, like, he missed that because, well, he has been throwing up all day. No, like, he's a basketball player. He's missing some shots too.
I'm glad you brought this up.
What?
Some of the shots he made tonight?
Yeah, was it because he's sick?
No, I'm just
right.
But the one he had where Julius Randle was draped
holy shit
all over him. I'm like, how does he make it? He is one of the best tough shot makers in the league. Where it's almost as if
he needs the shot clock winding down to be like 100% in a game.
No, I almost think if a defender's draped on him, he's better at making shots.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he could literally have like a 15 for 15 from the field game if every single shot that he was taking was end of shot clock and someone was just like literally all over him. Obviously exaggerating, but that's literally the type of shot maker he is. Fantastic.
Dude ends up playing 40 minutes tonight.
Impressive.
So, let us know how you're feeling about this series. Are you with me? I think I'm leaning toward the Wolves right now.
Prisoner of the moment. Always.
I don't know.
Always.
Ant's taking a step. Their role players are legit. They've got the size. Where are you at after Minnesota takes a 2-1 series lead? Let us know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.